Good afternoon, my amazing listeners. This is Roshika Ali here once again, and this time I'm here to present a review of a TED Talk on effective communication by Dr. Rashmi Dubey. Uh, Dr. Rashmi Dubey Kackar uh, is a renowned communication coach, director, and owner of the Inspirational Academy of Excellence. She has a passion for helping individuals to unlock their full potential in communication and personal growth. Dr. Kakkar has established herself as a trustworthy authority in her field. Having completed her doctoral studies in communication and leadership, Dr. Kakkar possesses a deep understanding of the dynamics of effective communication and how it can impact on personal and professional successes. She starts off her talk by telling us that there are many times in life when we have walked out distressed and felt as if our conversation did not go very well. Uh, whether it is with a colleague or a boss or a client who we wanted to impress, this is certainly the case. And this is her job to ensure that we find the way to communicate with each other effectively and clearly. She gives the example of how people are able to cheat even in a very rigorously controlled environment. For example, in an examination hall where there is pin drop silence, still cheating can go on. Now, this means that there is some form of effective communication underway. But what if the effective communication is not very effective if you do not know which answer lies to which question, where the signals go awry? She starts by telling us a little bit about herself. She was born in Bahrain and she was the youngest daughter of six siblings. And as the youngest, she learned a lot from observing the mistakes of her elder siblings and also by, uh, you know, the experiences that they've had. For example, if she would see one of her siblings getting shouted at for not finishing her food, she would quickly gobble up her share. Unfortunately, they had to move to Ujjain in 1995 when she lost her mother. This time, Miss Kakkar could, show her resilience and her adaptability by, by adapting to her new school in Ujjain by wearing shalwar kameez and also by trying to fit in a new kind of culture. After graduation, she did a lot of sixpenny assistant jobs. She was a receptionist, she worked as a telemarketer, she was an usher in a cinema hall, and that is where she learned how to deal with difficult people and how to communicate effectively with them. She gives an example of an incident when she was inappropriately asked to share her personal number by a client who she thought was serious in getting a home loan. But she did not uh, lose her cool. She kept on smiling and kept on repeating that it was, not allowed for her to give out her personal details. She remained calm and polite all the time. After her MBA in finance, she decided to carry on her studies and go on with her doctoral thesis. Her effectiveness in communication was such a strong suit that She moved from strength to strength. She joined various organizations where her role kept on increasing, and she kept on, getting better and better opportunities for herself. She recounts one incident, and she says that when she was trying to get, work in the international sphere, and she had a German client, uh, she very clearly explained to her client that the reasons for her not getting employed were the same. They would remain the same. She was young. She was inexperienced. She had no, corporate. She had no training in the corporate world, but she really wanted to, get out of this catch-22 situation, and she did not like to be stuck in that infinite loop. So she suggested to the client that she will work for him for free just for the opportunity of gaining that experience, which would in turn qualify her for the job. She mentions a very important thing, and that is that whether one is a doctor or a scientist or a teacher or any a proponent of any profession, one needs to communicate with people, and effective communication will always be needed, will always be required, as long as there are human beings on the planet earth. She ends by saying that a communication skill is something which can be learnt and should be practiced. We should not try to prove ourselves, but we should always try to improve ourselves. I hope I did justice to the TED talk given by Dr. Rashmi Dubey, and I hope it was comprehensible to all my listeners and viewers. Thank you very much. This is Roshika Ali signing off.